Today, Precarious plays Stardew Valley.
Hello, Mukau.
Super Mario Brothers
Is
an example of how you can make a great game with an absolute balls economy. It has varied throughout the series, but generally it's been downhill since its inception. Because I wanted to give a quick example of this just so that way it makes more sense whenever I talk about a game where the economy is vital to its success.
yeah.
So in Super Mario Brothers, originally lives meant something because I believe if you ran out of lives and continues, you had to start from the beginning of the game. So 100 coins equaling a life meant a great deal. Every power-up would put you an additional hit away from death, and that was a big deal. The addition of a ranged attack with the fireball, like the fire flower, was a big deal. So all of those items were important. As the series has progressed, lives mean less, which means coins often mean less. I can tell you from personal experience that I have many parts of the map memorized on where to find, like, the best power-ups in various Mario titles. And the best place to maybe earn some lives. So I think actually in Super Mario 3D World there's the trick in the very first level. I believe it was the first level. Was it the first? Remember, I did it really early on. It was definitely in the first world.
Yeah.
Because I just bounced on the Koopa shell as it, like, oh wait, you know what? We have an internet show. Bale, show the thing.
Yeah.
That is the best part.
Hi guys. It's good to see you.
Oh.
It's okay. They're
That's
just
fine.
shy.
They probably had other shit to do.
They're just shy. That's all.
Anywho, I can tell you that in Super Mario 64, the only thing that I actually cared about, the only part of the economy of resources in that game that I really cared about were Power Stars.
Yeah.
Because Power Stars led to more levels, and it feels, because they were limited by time, but you could, as far as I can recall, you could always go back to the boxes to restart what is effectively a time trial. The cap power-ups, they don't even feel like they're part of an economy. It really is more just like starting a race. Actually, I guess the wing cap, I don't think the wing cap was timed, because they knew that was like the hardest one. So that became just more of like a dexterity challenge, I guess. Anyway, so it's possible to have a really nice, successful game that doesn't pay too much attention to its economy.
Yeah. Clearly.
Clearly. Yeah, if you were to just say, yeah, I made a video game and there's all of this stuff throughout all of the levels that you can collect, and only a fraction of it actually matters, then it doesn't sound so clearly. Now, does it, Sass Basket?
No, I guess not.
Because that's basically what it is. Coins in Super Mario 64 they matter only if you are going for the 100 coin challenge. I think in like Super Mario Galaxy, I don't even.
Oh gosh, I feel danger.
I'm
getting out of here.
You can pick up those torches and then put them down. Yeah, you can put them on your bar. Use the mine. Oh, you don't actually have to put them down.
Oh, I'm going to though.
But then you should make sure to keep at least one with you.
Yeah, you're right. This is a whole new level of dungeon. Actually, it literally is a whole new level of the dungeon.
Did your cleverness just catch up with you?
Yeah.
For a second
Maybe
there?
I caught up with my cleverness. What the heck is
I think that's stone. Yeah, you have to. You
Okay.
can't do the perimeter.
Okay. Oh, I got fancy dirt, also known as clay.
So now I'm going to talk about a game where the economy is vital to its success, its continued success. I want to talk about WildStar, just a little bit.
Yes.
So, WildStar is the MMO that I've played most recently. I haven't actually played that many, and I also haven't played that many for that long.
Oh God. Yeah.
Because I only played... It was whenever Burning Crusade was out, and I got to the level cap, but then I got bored because I didn't like what was required of socialization at that level of play.
What is going on? Is it infested?
Yeah, just either
I think
stay
I'm
in
gonna
the...
leave.
Okay.
Oh gosh, this went down. Okay, but this can
Yeah,
go up.
no. Why leave?
Because my energy, well,
It's just your energy, it's not your health.
it's just,
Not near the mine. Not near the elevator escalator.
yes. Okay.
That is like the number one cause of accidental mine
leaving.
evacuation, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna talk about this quickly. In WildStar and other MMOs, but I'm gonna use WildStar as an example because it's fresh in my mind because I still actually play it a little bit. Fuck credentials, just know I've played enough of them to observe this crap. So one of the most important things that happens in MMOs is you have player-driven economy, and anytime you're putting a system in the hands of people, weird, exploitive shit is going to happen.
Yes.
One of the ways to help mitigate this is to control the amount of money that stays in the economy through various money sinks. That it basically funnels money, it warps it out of existence by having players surrender some of their money to NPC vendors. So, you know how you can craft stuff with the crafting, like the coordinate grid in WildStar, but they all require those seemingly just sort of arbitrary nonsense components that you have to just go buy from a box right next to the crafting station?
Yeah.
And you know how, like, whenever you're doing coordinate crafting, you have to pay, like, a tiny little bit of copper or silver for every time you click on the grid? So you can add, like, one of the elemental components, like a mote of air or a fancy pants spice or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is for whatever style of crafting you're doing. That's important because it's money that's not just trading hands and going to another player. It's just going to like the abstract concept of like a world economy, an NPC vendor, and then it just goes away.
Right.
And having that kind of thing is important. MMO economies are very interesting to look at because I don't know if you remember, but in the first couple of weeks after the game came out, whenever we were playing,
Yeah.
there was a certain point where like the first wave of players got past, I think it's like Spearovine to Serpent Lily.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was Serpent. No. There was a different one that was just impossible.
Goldleaf is what I think you were thinking of. That's also an interesting thing, but when something is there with you, I think it's a bat.
I saw. Well, I didn't see, but I felt.
The early healing items in the game, I believe, use Spearovine. That's what you use to craft them. Mm-hmm. And then Serpent Lily is the stage 2 equivalent of that. That's the slightly fancier addition for like the next tier of healing items. And there was a certain point where the value of those items, make sure you walk up to the thing, and you should actually leave because it's almost 11.
Definitely.
There was a point where the value of those basic crafting ingredients somehow managed to fall below the NPC vendor price. The price to sell it to another player on the marketplace was less than what you would earn if you were to just sell it to an NPC vendor. But there's still this weird, interesting element to that where it can have a potentially profound impact on the economy because it is money that's going to another player. Mm-hmm. And what I was saying before, the reason why it's so important for MMOs to have a nice economy is, I don't know, did you ever play Neopets?
Yeah, for about 5 minutes until I realized I could afford absolutely nothing, and then I quit.
Me too. Because everybody had their own like storefront.
Yeah.
And even the most basic items were tens of thousands of points. It was absurd. Mm-hmm. So that, I think, that is probably... It's a really complicated subject, and I don't know if I'm doing it justice. Mm-hmm. But that alone, I think, is a pretty okay, quick example of the importance of having money sinks in your MMO, where money just is basically cast out into the vacuum of space, right?
Yeah.
It just goes away. And next episode, I promise I am actually going to explain how all of this is relevant to Stardew Valley. Really, for real.
For real?
I'm pretty sure that I've been talking about the different economies for like 4 or 5 episodes.
Well, you best keep your promise.